Well, a guy needed to upgrade his hay program from an old sickle mower. So I did the right thing and bought this old, very used John Deere 1207 hay conditioner from an estate sale. It looks fine. Nope. I don't even know if it works, but Bentley's gonna help me go through it today. We've got a couple few parts. Boy, this thing is really bent up now I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if we can get this thing working again, I guess is the goal, right?
Yeah.
Looks pretty rough, huh?
Mm-hmm. A lot of dents and big stuff.
Kind of looks like it went off a cliff,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Or hit a lot of stuff.
Perfect for our program. Definitely backed it into something. So I still plan on doing a lot of the hay with 50s equipment, old sickle bar mower, a roller bar rake, stuff like that. But in some of the bigger areas, we're going to be using this because it's just a lot faster and it comes out windrowed for you. And it's got the rollers in here. We'll kind of show you a couple parts. I'm sure a lot of you watching are very familiar with the hay conditioner versus sickle bar mower, but this one was extremely cheap, which is why I snagged on it, but it looks like it needs a tremendous amount of work, all the way down to the tires themselves that are shot. But as long as, you know, the tines are working, it's throwing, the rollers aren't terrible, and it cuts without leaving strips, guy's gonna be happy. This is in road mode right now. It opens up. But anyway, let's walk around it, kind of show you some features of this that I don't know, because I know nothing about this machine. Let's see if we can figure it out. So like I just mentioned, this is in road mode, and it's not a hydraulic arm, you know, like some of the newer New Hollands and John Deeres and things of that nature. You pull a pin right there, which is just a bent bolt. You chock a tire, come forward, and this will slide over here, and that gets your pickup, you know, farther that way essentially. But this has got clutch here. Got the old wobbler arm down there. I got a belt on her, sure. Got a couple few U-joints. We'll look over these guys here. That's for the runs the rollers. Hopefully the knife drive belt is good because I do not have another one. Floats on these springs here. Once we get it down on the ground, you'll see how that kind of works. This is an adjustable unit, but all the adjustability is snapped and broke out of it. So basically, you can have this come out and lay nice and flat if you want, or if you pinch it in and adjust this a certain manner, which I believe is full up, it'll make a nice poofy windrow, which will help it dry faster as well. In some cases, you don't have to rake, but down in south, I think raking and running a tedder is just the way it is. I'm kind of learning down here. It's supposed to be a pinhole over here. I'm not seeing it, but you put a pin in to keep this side high enough for road. But this one's obviously been repaired by me at some point in the past. Looks like the spring actually just broke off, and that's how they fixed it. So that's pretty cool. Open this side up. We just take it all the way off. There you go. So the belt looks shot. Looks pretty good. Sprockets look okay-ish. That could be tightened, it appears. It's about ready to fall off, so we'll add that to the list. Sorry about the wind. Doing our best. This is also adjustable, so you run it lower for low crop obviously, and you can bring it up for high crop. The old bash bar. And then you got the tines or the teeth. This whips around, throws it into your bar, your knives, and then it gets crimped and pressed as it comes out the back there. Our goal today is just replace any broken pieces here. I have some of these, I believe, and I've got a whole bunch of knives, which are fairly universal. They're top serrated, bottom serrated, both serrated, then you got your end pieces. I don't think I have any end ones, but we can do what Grandpa did and just file them down with the grinder. So we're gonna try, well, we'll inspect it first. We'll replace them individually if we can. If we have to pull a whole bar, we'll do that. Hose looks rotten, so we'll leave that. This is not the correct way to hitch it. That piece is right there, it actually slides on. I just needed to move it quickly over here. We'll have to learn how to do it, but you can adjust these rollers together or farther apart. These rollers look pretty good, actually. They're obviously aged, but I don't see any huge chunks or pieces missing.
There's a little chunk missing.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
too bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like completely falling apart. So we got lucky there because these are not fun to replace, or so I'm told. Yeah,
What is
the
all
backboard
this?
looks good. Tar.
Like somebody like sprayed tar on this when it was wet.
Yeah, you can
Just
see. It's like rubber or something they sprayed in there. Maybe that's how they're trying to keep it together over the years, because this thing is old. Tires are completely dry rotted. These are 215/70/15s. We'll try to find some. We're actually going through and recycling a lot of our tires now, so we could probably find 2, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get a cutting first, and then we'll worry about all the other stuff. So just looking here, it looks like the old boy welded this one to here. The other side's gone. This is busted here, obviously. This one's broken, I believe. Yeah, this one's broken. So we'll have to put a few of these on. Looks like you got to take the whole bar out and then you could slide them on. The inside ones are a bugger. Well, here we can see more welding. I believe we have to take all these off to slide this one in. Outside's not so bad. That one's pretty good. Apparently just got a rug. These rocks are a little hard on the spine back, huh? Yep. All right, we'll throw that under here. Crawl underneath. Look at the knives. See if we can replace just a few, or if we're gonna have to do full surgery. Well, unfortunately, I can see some that have been replaced over the years, but shot. I mean, there's not even an edge left. Shot. Bad. A couple new ones down here, but we'd be in here all day laying underneath here. I think it's going to be easier just to pull this out if we could figure it out and replace what we need to replace and then put it back in. This thing spent more time off-roading apparently than cutting. A lot of anthills. That's what that is, especially down here. That's a big one. Whatever that is. Really stuck in there. We'll have to get all this cleaned out as well before we go use it. And then we'll come back and worry about this. I want to get it cutting before we get into the teeth. So I took this bolt out of here and I moved this with my hand, which was great. Stick this in here. And it looks like that pin does come out. There we go. Lucky that wasn't seized in there. Now the bar should be pretty free. And if it's not adjusted right, because it should float in there. See, this one's there, it's going that way. Okay, let's go to the other end of the machine and see if we can pull the bar up. Pretty stubborn. Let me get that pry bar. Okay, so now that we've got it moving, I'm going to knock it back in this way, and then we'll pull it all the way out of the machine that direction. binding somewhere. I don't know where though. This is stubborn, so we got the side-by-side backed up. We're going to use the winch. I'm going to hook the winch to a strap, and we're going to try to pull it out that way. And then we could try to figure out, we got to clean all this up. We're pulling a lot of dirt and debris and things of that nature. But I just want to get this out of here so I can get to work on it. It ain't going to hurt it anymore. So we'll try to yank it out this way. Okay, go ahead. Okay, hold on.
You should be able to pull it out.
You think?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There she is. So now that we got it out, you can come in here. You can see better. Shot, 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 shot. And these are top serrated, not bottom. A couple new ones here. The end knife is shot. These are all bad. Couple bent. This one's bent.
Probably hit a rock or something.
Well, it's not adjusted right either. Oh, it's worn on the top. There's the fingers on the top here. We got some work cut out, kiddo.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and haul this over to the shop, throw it up on the bench, and then we'll start digging into this and refurb this thing. They're all old rivets. There's no new hardware in here, so that tells you this thing hasn't been swapped, changed, or maintenance in a very long time. There's some people out there that still prefer doing the rivets, but you could just tell by looking at these. It's been many, 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 many years. We'll probably run hardware if we can. When I was your age, Bentley, Grandpa would hand me a grinder, and I'd spend all day sharpening these. But as you get older, you realize when they start to get shaped like this, a bow, they're not that effective because the travel is always the same. But if you're making them narrower, they're not really doing much.
Yeah.
When you compare it against a new knife, it's a tremendous difference. I got a smoking deal off of the Jungle website, some closeout. I think the company must have been going out of business, unfortunately. I got this whole box for $14.80 some cents plus shipping. So we've got enough here. We'll just use this whole box. And then supposedly this hardware is compatible. We'll use hardware instead of rivets. I'm just worried about, we should run over and look, see if we got enough height for a nut this size to clear and everything like that before we get too far into it here. And then I got to call around town, see if I can find an end knife here. Old H&S or something. And same with this. This isn't even a knife anymore. It's just a block of steel. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Maybe this is the actual last knife. Well, I ran over and double checked and shot the eyeball down it, and I think we're going to be okay as far as clearance goes with that nut on there. So what I'm going to do is grind one out here, and then Bentley's going to punch it while I'm grinding one off on the end. He'll come to this side and punch it, and we're going to work back and forth. Basically, I'm going to strip this thing from here all the way down to the end knife, and we'll go ahead and replace these because there is not a single one. I don't think that's, this one's not terrible. I feel like Guy ran into some trouble here and replaced a few there, but I got these so cheap we might as well use them. So we'll get some safety glasses on for the little dude and some ear protection, and we're going to get grinding and punching. Well, we had to break out the air chisel, but we got it, buddy.
Yep.
Good job. So we got most of it stripped down. All except this end section. here and this section here because I don't have the hardware or rivets to put this back together. So I think we're going to run into town quick and either try to find longer hardware or something to get this back together. And also if we could find this section here, it'd be awfully weird if we only replaced this section here and then ended up leaving that. And this, although that might just be the way it is if we can't find the right stuff. So we'll try Co-op and Tractor Supply.
It probably runs. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. And then we decided we're going to clean this bar up too as best as we can before we put it back together, because this isn't something we're going to do every season. I mean, going forward, we'll just be replacing individual knives and stuff like that. So might as well get her clean while we can. Well, Bentley and I are on the way back from town. Good old TSC had what we needed. Longer hardware. They had the section end that we needed. And Bentley wanted to go with yellow paint for the bar, but they only had JD green. So we got green. And we got some stuff for Bentley. He's going to make a, what's it called, a syringe motor?
Syringe engine.
Syringe engine.
It uses magnets to make a motion. So
Magnets? Alright, it's a magnet motor basically. But we're headed back. We'll finish taking that bar apart, get it painted, go clean the machine up while it's drying, and then reassembly and all that other stuff. I suppose we could do tires too. There's a lot of work to do. Rain's coming. We got to try to hustle here, see what happens. Bar is completely stripped. Now we'll run this outside and throw a couple heavy coats of paint on it. It's got a kind of a marking on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's raised in the center. That's how you know it's the bottom anyway. I don't know if these are drilled exactly or not. So see how this has 3 quickly? The other side has 1 and 2. So that's how I could tell that this is the captain side, but I also put a little notch in it right here. So I know this is up and forward. So when we rebuild this, we're not standing around going, which way, right?
yeah.
All right, you start shaking a can, I'll carry this out. It's hot. We'll get some paint on this. While this is drying, we're gonna go clean up the machine a little bit. Better than rust.
Yeah, way better.
So now we're going to get in here and dig all this out. I mean, it looks like it went for a dirt nap in several places, but we got to get all that cleaned up and check for any bent guides or anything like that. Or anything broken. Bentley's got a screwdriver here, so we can really get in there and hog some stuff out. But we're going to get to cleaning. It's going to take a little bit. We'll show you our progress here shortly. I think we got what we can out with our hands. Now we're going to use a mechanical application here. Go ahead, buddy.
If it'll start.
Well, I ran down this a couple times and everything surprisingly looks really good. The exception of this, which is not a big deal. Gonna tighten this down and then we're gonna move on to this. So we're gonna start on this one. Broken. For some reason he just slid this over and welded it to it. I just don't think he wanted to take this off. So we'll have to replace 3 on this one unit. Looks like we just take these bolts out and the whole bar should slide out, and then we can get to work getting these off.
Jeez. I'm not gonna do that one either.
Oh,
I don't think it's doing any of those three.
well, we got 3 out so far, but they're stubborn.
If you get a wrench, you can.
Yeah, I'll try a wrench on those. You try these over here. All right. Well, let's run this back to the shop, and we got our tines there. I think we got to take all this apart, and it looks like it's got to go that way, Bentley, because this is a solid piece. It's welded on,
Oh.
so we can't slip them on here. So all of this needs to come apart, I
Dang.
think. Yep. Oh no.
You just break it.
That wasn't good. Lots of grease, I guess. Okay, so this one's got to be replaced anyway, but take all these nuts off. We can slide all this out of the way, and then we got to get this pin out. These spacers, I guess that's some sort of bushing. This, and then we can take these 2 out and get those replaced. The rest of them look fine. Just going to use them. I don't know how many of these I picked up. I think only 6. There must be 6 broke maybe, or maybe I'd plan to get a couple extra, I'm not sure. But this would be the worst of it here. It's not going to pick and throw hay up into the rollers, so you get plugged easy and stuff like that. Well, we got this all apart, and then, unfortunately, I should have checked first, discovered that the internet lied to me. This is not what I needed. Not only is this the wrong diameter, but this should fold over like this. So now we're going to co-op again, and it's unlikely they're going to have this. I mean, everyone's moved to disc mowers now, let's face it. So it's probably in vain. What'll probably end up happening is I'll have to search the internet again for these, and we'll just finish the bar tonight. But we're going to run in and do our best to see if we can find these quick. Well, the guy's back from town, and unfortunately, TSC did not have them and co-op was closed. So I'm going to have to order them online. We're going to push this project to the side. We're going to get back to the cutting bar and see if we can get all of that put together. And of course, we're in a thunderstorm now, so putting it back in tonight, probably unlikely. We'll see what happens. I'd like to get it fully assembled anyway. So let's switch gears, get back to that. Well, I think we got her whipped out. We had a devil of a time with this hardware. It was just snapping like pretzels.
Yeah.
It was wild. They weren't wanting to draw in, so we had to get the brass hammer out, you know, the old Tanya Harding 200, and seat them the hard way. Have to get longer hardware down here, but I've got all the knives in place, and this is the end unit down there. So I think we've gone as far as we can with this. We did sneak the tractor indoors. We had quite a bit of rain and hail and all sorts of stuff coming. So I think we're gonna go over there and get some tires off of that machine. we're going through all of our tires here, figuring out what wheels are worth saving, which ones are not so desirable, and recycling the other stuff. These tires right here, Bentley,
These aren't as bad.
225, 75, 15. I think that's really close to what the other ones were.
I remember 75.
These are brand new. I put these on that Jeep truck temporarily before I put the off-road tires on, that J10.
Oh, yeah.
So these have 100 miles on them.
I wish we had yellow spray paint. Paint these yellow again.
Well, I don't think they'd fit. We just got to get the rubber.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just need the rubber off of it. So I'll knock these off quick, and those will be our donor tires. Connecticut and Energies. What's your back there? Oh, you okay?
Wet.
Slippery. Hub feels okay. Yeah, I don't think we can go much bigger on the tire. That one might not work.
These things are already almost rubbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hub feels good.
So, let's get behind the shop. 215, 70, 15. See if we can find something closer. Let's throw this up on the side-by-side. Got some of my good tires stashed away here. These all came out for projects. Got rid of the wheels, but we keep these after we get the vehicles running or drive them home or whatever. This is a 205 75 15, which is the same exact circumference as a 215 70 15. So we'll take these two Hancocks, and it doesn't hurt my feelings because I only have 3 for some reason and not a full set of 4, so this will work perfect. Those are 14s. Yeah, so this will work. We'll grab these two. Bentley found some JD yellow in the cabinet, by golly. So spritz that up a little bit. White wall's out, you know the deal. Just a quick, we didn't even prep it, it's fish eyeing and stuff, but looks a little better.
Better than it did look.
Yep. These were such a bugger getting mounted. We're not doing the trash bag trick. And I don't want to spend $25 on playing cards, so we just grabbed a plate and we're going to do it this way. Brand new wheel, lots of receipts. Coming around. Yep, stuff and things. Look at that, perfect. What is that, 4 license plate moves for a 15-inch wheel? Now we know. Science. Starting to lose our light. Sun just went over the mountain there.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy. All right, let her down. Nice. And they clear. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any issues there. Very good. One issue taken care of. Well, the guy is out of parts and out of daylight. It's gonna be pitch black here in about 20 minutes. I'll get some stuff ordered up and we'll be back on this thing here pretty soon. Actually, very soon. Next week starts official hay season for me. I'm about a week and a half behind everybody else around here, but we're headed out for a revival for Vice Grip Garage, so that kind of pushes everything out. So you will see this hay very, very soon, so go ahead, stay tuned for that. Hey, fun fact, only half of you watching are subscribed to the channel. It's free. There's no catch. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. You'll get a notification every time a new video comes out like this one. We'll see you guys very soon for hay season. It's going to be wild, a lot of fun, hectic. Whew. Thanks for watching. See you later.